I am Minister Rembert, coming to you from the Think Talk broadcast system. With the Think Talk broadcast, it is here where we embrace, equip, and empower the people of God through the Word of God. This particular broadcast, God laid it on my heart to share with you who I am. Oftentimes, many people, they see you. When they see you, they see the glitz and the glamour. No one really get a chance to know your struggle, or no one ever takes the time to read the story behind your glory. And with that being said, I want to open myself up to you. I experienced as a child things that are almost common, and it caused me to look at people different. And I be honest with you, it caused me to place myself in a closet. It caused me to get to a place where I wanted to distance myself from everybody. And I remember not being very smart as I felt in the classroom. I remember being afraid of truly getting a chance to know other people. I remember getting to a place where I felt that it was more safe for me just to be home or be around family members. So I decided to distance myself from everybody. And coming up, my cousins, they were playing basketball and football. I had, like I said, 16 of us on my father's side, and my brothers would play football. And I remember being called upon to play football, and I was still small at the time, and I tried that sport, but it really didn't fit into me. And again, not knowing that God had such a unique plan for my life, I always seen things different. And keeping with this, I came to a point in my life. I remember going to school, being raised here in the Hallandale, Hollywood area. I was taken to McNichol Middle School, and I remember one day sitting inside of the classroom because of myself not really wanting to be with people, and I would do certain things. And I remember even being very withdrawn, and I really didn't force myself in the classroom. The reason why I didn't force myself in the classroom is because I felt as if I didn't fit in. So what I would do, I would just not do the work. I would just sit back and Christmas tree, and when it came down to a test, I decided, I didn't want to give it a try. But there was some teachers that I want to say God placed in my life, and I want to pour and pause my story right now to let you know that when you get to a point where you're feeling like you're withdrawn from people, when you get to a place where you feel as if you don't want to try, when you get to a place where you begin to feel that all odds are against you, God will place somebody in your life which will be there to pull you out of what you felt that you should, what you felt you should be. And God placed a powerful teacher in my life, and I want to be real and be honest with you. She wasn't black, and that's the part I really had a hard part understanding, because why would this lady, a white woman, care about a little black boy like me? And I remember sitting in a classroom, and I don't want to put her in any trouble, but this lady, she was a mother first, then she was a teacher second. So you can read between the lines there. This woman would make sure she grabbed you when you need to be grabbed. She handled us with love, but still with force. And she told me, you're going to be somebody. You're going to you're not going to fail. I don't care what somebody told you. See, when I think back, I remember a teacher telling me, oh, all you'll be able to do is this. And one teacher even told me when I was in elementary school, maybe I want to go to an art school because all I did was draw. I remember another teacher telling me, maybe you need to be inside of an ESC classroom. And they placed me inside of the special ed classroom. And I'm not going to lie to you, at first I was bothered by it, but then I began to get comfortable in that situation. But the teacher that God God laid on in my path and laid on my heart to bless me by the name of Miss Canavero. Miss Canavero told me, no, I don't care what somebody spoke over you. I don't care about what people say about you. I don't care. She didn't really care about how I felt about myself because she'd seen something in me that she felt needed to be birthed out of me. And when I tell you that this lady began to pray over me, this lady began to tell me and pour into my spirit, I remember her grabbing my ear and saying, she'd be damned if I would sit there and do nothing. And that was her exact words. She said, let me tell you something. You're not going home until you get your work done. You're not going home until you give me your best. And that's what God requires. It doesn't matter to God if you feel that you're coming up short, because all God really wants is your best. And at the time, I didn't understand that my best was good enough. I felt as if I didn't mount up. See, when this particular wave of passage begun when I was as a child. So now by the time I got to middle school, that was when God began to mold me and show me who I really was. And as I began to move the story along, I left from Nickel Middle School and got over to Helena High School, and I remember this day vivid. I was sitting inside of the classroom, and of course, anyone in the education system know when you're in the special ed classes, it rolls over, it follows you, and I believe this is a good place right here for me to tell you, you have to be careful of what mark you let people label you with, because when people label you, it begins to taint you. And one thing about it, I remember sitting inside of the classroom and high-fiving people, playing cards and just chilling and just vibing, and the door swung open. When the door swung open, I kind of froze. And here comes this large, heavy-set white woman with a unit on her face saying, what are you doing in here? Yeah, it was Miss Canavero. She took off from her job. When she followed me, she left her job to come to a whole nother school, taking a break, coming in to ask me, why was I settling? This lady grabbed me by my ears, tugged me out of the classroom, and told the teacher I won't be back in there. She marched me to the office and demanded that I have my schedule changed. I tell you, it was because of that lady why God had blessed me, who God blessed me with, who seen something in me that caused me to get out of that bondage that somebody labeled on me to push me and catapult me to a whole nother level. I to be honest with you, I felt as if it was a setup. I didn't quite understand why she did it. I didn't understand what made her do it. But again, it was because she seen something in me that I couldn't see inside myself. All of this still wear and tear on my body. But it wasn't until just recently I had to start speaking things in the atmosphere and telling God, I thank you for whatever you brought me through. Because I stand to let you know, the reason why I'm sharing my testimony to you is to let you know that every level that God brought me through, and every level the devil brought me to, God brought me through. Every round took me higher and higher. As I began when I said, I never knew that I was gifted. So the reason why I didn't adjust in the classrooms was because God gave me the vision that was like none other. God gave me a hindsight where I would be able to see things that's not even existing. God gave me the gift where I would be able to speak and draw people. The reason why it was hurting me to try to fit in is because God had his hand around me, and who God have his hand around, he don't let anything penetrate. So the reason why it hurted me is because I was not supposed to be in that circle. I don't know who this is blessing, but the reason why you feel as if you don't fit in is because God is shifting you from places and people. And as I draw this to a close, I want to close out with this. When peace, like a river, attendeth my way, and when sorrows of life have seen the billows roll. The songwriter went on to write, whatever my lot, thou hast truly taught me to say, it is well. The hurt, the harm, being talked about, being ridiculed, it is well. Being to a point where I felt my life was not worth living, being to a place where I felt I don't want to be there, being at a place felt like I wanted to shut myself away from everybody, it is well. Being to a place where I lost everything, lost triplets, marriage, lost cars, lost homes, it is well. Being to a place where I felt that I should have been and I'm not there, it is well. Being to a place where I even suffered hurt in church, it is well. Even being to a place where I felt the clubs, the organizations, the fraternities, suffering hurt from them, it is well. God said, it is well with my soul. I pray that my testimony bless you. This is my coming out of the closet. This is my revealing of who I really am. This is my birth, my birthing process to my ministry. This is me revealing myself to you, who the real minister, Javon H. Rembert, is. I pray that you will continue to follow us here. The Think Talk broadcast system is proudly sponsored by Distinct Broadcast Network, West Park Preparatory and High School, the Empowerment Ministries, Nikia Ingram Funeral Home, and New Macedonia Baptist Church. As I begin to close out, I want to say thank you. May the Lord bless and keep you. It's my prayer. God bless.